I think we might have our first shot. But as I was walking down, I found one already. Well, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are over at Windermere Basin, just doing a little bit of a hike and some landscape photography. While I was hiking down the trail though, I found a flower. I think it's a weed sticking out of the ground. It has this nice little purplish color to it. And right in the backdrop, you can see the reddish and the orange flowers sort of acting as a bit of a backdrop. So I'm going to show you guys the flower and we'll see how, if the light starts picking up a little bit more. There is a couple layers of clouds you can see behind me. There is a few clouds, mostly blue skies, but especially where the sun is rising right now. So they're sort of going perpendicular across the horizon and it's absolutely cutting off the light and giving it a nice kind of early morning glow. So this was the angle I was imagining, where you can see the purple flower sticking out in a bunch of different directions, and I'm pretty sure it is a weed. I'm gonna use that as my main subject, and then in the background, how we have these all the way over here, these red and then these orange flowers acting as just kind of a perfect little backdrop to this. Now, that tree, the dead tree right there, that does not look great in the composition. I think we may have found my first shot. So I've been maneuvering around this for a few minutes now, just trying to find the best composition. So from the direction that I have it right now, I've tested it at f2 as well as f4.5. So I focused in on the flower pretty much directly right in front of me. And then behind that, you see the orange and reddish just changing trees. And it slightly falls out of focus, like falls out of focus a lot actually. And it looks incredible. So what I thought, I'm gonna take two different photographs from this angle. I'm gonna try one at f2 and then one at f16, seeing if I can bring the whole scene into focus. All right. So we switched back to manual focus. I focused in on the purple flower right in front of me. And now I'm gonna recompose the shot just a little bit in order to get rid of some of the distractions. So we're gonna take this at f2.8. 1/160th of a second. And I want to try focusing in on this flower. grab you guys over here and I'll show you what I was looking at. It is getting exceptionally noisy over there, so we're gonna hike further down on and in a little bit. I already got one photograph that I kind of like. It's an interesting composition. I'm not 100% sure how it will look till I see it in the computer, but I did enjoy the actual process of taking it. Getting very low to the ground, trying to bring in the backdrop a little bit more, testing out different aspect ratios, see if it makes any much of a difference at all. And surprisingly, it did actually. The 1x1 crop actually turned out to be my favorite, which is a little bit unusual. As typically I enjoy going into the 1.6 or punching into 80 millimeters if I'm gonna change up my composition that much. But today, it was perfect, just 1:1. It really does depend on the situation and of course what you're photographing. All of that will absolutely change completely how the frame will look and also how you envisioned it. Huh. Thought I saw something over there, but I guess not. So it is starting to get a little bit quieter now, so it's a bit more peaceful. When I was riding all the way over here this morning, actually, it was freezing. I had to put on my balaclava, my gloves, everything. And thankfully, as the sun is starting to pop up, now it's really starting to warm up. I'm gonna take my jacket off soon. Oh, that's much better now. There is a bit more of the waterway over this direction, so I'm going to walk over in this way, see if we can find anything on the water's edge. If we can, that would be great. If not, oh well. Over here, we actually have some interest in the sky. So that probably will be the direction that we're going to go look at, trying to find a composition. I feel like there definitely is a composition up here, but I don't see anything yet. So we're gonna continue hiking on. So I hiked around the entire loop, all the way around Windermere Basin, and I came all the way back to this spot. And just looking down here, how you see the trail kind of curves around to the edge over here, and also you see another trail kind of diverging in the other direction. I thought that would be a good idea for another photograph. Kind of using it almost as a tunnel with the leaves over top of the trail, sort of drawing your eye into it and around the corner. So I'm not 100% sure about this picture. I framed it up the best way I think I can, and I'm either going to go with the 1.6 and or another 1:1 crop just to narrow in on the field, as there are some interesting red in the leaves and definitely some of the yellow in there, but there is a power line right up there above that tree, so I have to almost kind of inch it in just a little bit and cut out majority of that. What caught my eye about this picture, well, it's too bright out. All right, so what caught my eye about this picture is how the trail comes around and then curves around a little bit, but then it diverges into two different paths. One heads back towards the road and the other one continues down around the Windermere Basin. So on the right side, we have a tree where they've kind of cut back a little bit of the trees on this side, sort of almost making it less weighted on this side, a bit more weighted on this side. And then in the middle of it, you see some of the evergreens. There's a bit more of that red. I'm not sure if it's sumac or what kind of tree that is, but it just kind of draws your eye down the road right to the end of it, right beside the evergreens. Now, I'm not sure if this will actually work out the way I envisioned it. With the sunlight right here, kind of overpowering a little bit, it is a little bit too harsh. I'm hoping that a cloud or something will come in front of the sun a little bit, just kind of softening it up a little bit. Because right now I'm at f8 at 1/125th of a second. And I'm underexposing it by one stop just because it is so bright out today. So I'm trying to just to bring down the highlights just a little bit more, just so that way in Lightroom later it's a bit easier to balance out this photograph. As today the sunlight is very harsh, like it's just biting almost. So I may convert this into black and white depending how the image looks in Lightroom. But as with most things, it always depends how I feel when I'm looking at the computer. Because right now I can talk about it and see kind of what draws my eye to it. However, later on when I look at it and sort of edit it lightly, I kind of get a different sense of the picture. So I'm just going to give it a few minutes till the light. Oh, somebody's having a honking a good time. So I'm just going to give it a few minutes, let the breeze die down and see if the light changes anyway. Here, I'll bring you guys behind the camera so you can see it. Now this is what the angle looks like from where I am sitting behind the camera. And then we pull it back so you can kind of see a bit of a better view. It is really bright out right now. And when I tried to bring you guys behind to actually look at my screen a little bit, just to be able to see the image, it blew out the back so much. All you can see is a reflection of me, which, you know, I totally don't hate looking at myself either. It's just, I would much rather actually discuss about the image rather than look at myself consistently. So you're just gonna have to sit back there while I talk you guys through the composition again. I am going to give this probably about 15 or 20 more minutes. I just want to see if the sun will rise up a little bit more and hopefully soften up the light for me, as right now it's just a little bit too bright and too harsh. So I'm going to put you guys on pause for a few minutes. So I'm going to readjust my camera one more time, and I'm just going to try to frame up this composition again and see how this looks. Now I'm going to focus in on that tree again. So we're going to try it with a 1:1 aspect ratio again. f8, 1/125th of a second. And I'm going to increase that a little bit more to 1/160th of a second. No, actually I think, yeah, 1/160th of a second. Just that way I've undercompensated it by one stop. We're at 1/160th of a second, f8. ISO 100. We've done a 1:1 crop, as well as a 1.6 and an 80 millimeter. And I'm going to zoom that one in Just recheck my focus. At f8, 1/160th of a second again. 80 millimeters, or the 1.6 crop. So I have a few different photographs for this picture now, from a 1:1 crop to a 1.6. So I'm gonna see which one looks the best later on. I'm gonna insert the photo now. Let me know what you guys think of this picture. All right, well, today was a great day of photography and the hike was phenomenal. It was a bit of a breeze, but you know, altogether today was a really good day. I actually enjoyed myself. The very first photograph we took was by far my favorite. And this one, although it is interesting and I don't hate it, I also feel like as I walked around quite a while today, this was kind of only the second thing that caught my attention. Well, the clouds are starting to get a little bit more interesting now, but it also feels like it might rain soon. You can see the blue in the sky all the way over here with very light, very higher elevation clouds, but then we also have a lot of the lower elevation ones. And there is just so much cloud cover right now, just completely enveloping us. I don't know if it's supposed to rain or not. I hope not. I still have probably about a half an hour ride to get back home. So hopefully it's not gonna pour on me till I get back. Let me know what you guys thought about today's video. Like and subscribe to the channel if you so wish, and I'll catch you guys again next week. Have a good one.